I went in for bypass. After the bypass, they realized the right side was finished. No movement at all. And then they had an MRI scan and it showed that I had had a stroke as well.
So when we're looking at the stroke, and particularly referring to Mr. Naran's case, he had an ischemic stroke. So in that case, an artery gets blocked and that area then gets deprived of its blood supply. And depending on where that area gets deprived of its blood supply will depend on how the patient might manifest.
I couldn't believe it because I'm not one that would suffer that kind of stuff. And you only think it happens to other people. No matter what I did, the fact is I had a stroke and I had to now overcome this to be able to walk. I didn't want to be in a wheelchair or assisted. And that had to be my train of thought going forward.
Mr. Naran, he underwent a routine cardiac operation, bypass operation. Unfortunately, after the operation, he suffered a stroke. So he was identified as a candidate for rehabilitation in the acute hospital setting. And once he was deemed medically stable to leave, he was then transferred to rehabilitation.
Without the rehab, I tell you now, I don't think I would have been in the situation after having a stroke. They definitely know what areas to work on, even though you may not agree with them. And if you just accepted that you're going to have a stroke and just lay there, you're never going to get better.
So part of the rehabilitation process, obviously when you work within a team, is the communication. One has to communicate with every member of the team so that every member has an understanding of what's happening. So normally in a rehabilitation unit like ours, we have a weekly discussion and we discuss what goals we've achieved for the week and what goals we'd like to achieve for the following week. And by setting those goals, we then at least have a way forward.
My family life improved dramatically because my children and then started to pull a lot closer because they were like on their own, you're okay, don't worry about him. So when this happened to me, when I was in rehab, they used to come and visit me all the time, which was quite mind-blowing for me. It's had a positive effect, even though it was a negative in my life.